way I'm putting the pressure on you. Do you have any questions for Dr. Beck?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. I'm new to this Zoom.
Okay.
So I'm a little technically challenged, but I just thought I unmuted me. I have a question. I have dry eye, which I'm using Restasis. I'm not using a full dose. I'm making it last 4 days because it's so expensive instead of 1 day. Is there anything dietary you can do to get rid of dry eye?
Let's
Yeah,
see.
so
There you go.
I just unmuted. Okay,
Yep.
so what I would say is I try the natural interventions first. So drink more water, stay hydrated. How much water do you drink every day?
Quite a bit. I would say 6 to 8 glasses.
Have you ever juiced?
No, because I'm also diabetic.
Okay, I know, I don't know if I should be getting into these details or not, but you're the one and I'm going to go for it. You say you're diabetic. How long have you been diabetic?
5 years.
So you were not diabetic for most of your life.
Correct.
Okay, so Joan, no, not Joan, Jody. Wait a minute. The first 2 letters of both of your names are the same here. Okay,
Yeah.
Jody. I am here. I'm going to give you a little bit of a pep talk. And because there's a reason that you're here right now. And
That's
it
right.
must be for this pep talk. The pep talk is you can reverse your diabetes. You already heard me say that. But
Right.
as you move into, I would, if you, what do you eat? What is your general?
The only meat I eat is chicken, but I eat a lot of it. I eat it almost every day. So I heard you say go on the raw foods diet, 21-day vegan, quick start.
It's 21-day vegan. Do you put apps on your phone? Because it's 21. I'll put it. Well, I would put it. I'm going to put it in the chat. Do you look at the chat?
The chat?
Do you know how to look at the chat?
No.
So are you on your phone or the computer?
The computer.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm on my phone, but to go on the chat. Okay, well, let me just tell you what it is. Thank you. It's 21 and then a dash and then the word day and then the word vegan and then the word kickstart. K as in like when you're kicking your legs up in the air because you're so happy.
Okay.
It's 21-day vegan.
Kickstart. So,
Okay.
but when you're looking in the app store, you need to put the 21 and then a dash and then DAY and then kickstart. And that will give you, it's not raw living. There's quite a bit of raw, but there's also cooked. But if you're eating chicken, do you eat organic chicken?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, so my strong recommendation for you, and this is an example, and thank you for asking the question, is an example how it's tailored to individuals. So if I were talking to you and charging you, I would be saying to you, Jody, I highly recommend that you let go of the chicken in your diet. Regular chicken has all kinds of antibiotics, hormones, all kinds of pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides that chicken has been eating through its feed. It's not as healthy for you as you deserve. So if you say to me, well, wait a minute, I eat chicken in everything. I have chicken in my stew, and I have my chicken legs, and I have my chicken wings, and I have my barbecue chicken, and I have chicken soup. And chicken soup is good for you, isn't it? Well, I grew up on chicken soup. I used to make a mean chicken soup. I now make vegan chicken soup, a mean vegan, CHYKN soup. And it's made, copy this down. I'm giving you I'm giving you another gift. And it's my vegan chicken soup recipe. And I'm going to make up the proportions because I don't necessarily have it right in my head, but it'll be delicious. Put a cup of red lentils, 1 cup of red lentils, and 1 celery stalk and 1 carrot. You could put 2 carrots and 2 celery stalks. And you could put parsley, but wait till the very end. And an onion or half an onion. It depends how big the onion is. 1 small onion, chop it up with 6 cups of water. Am I talking too fast?
No.
No.
Okay, and just turn on the stove and cook that for an hour. And you bring it to a boil and then you take it down to a simmer. And that's my vegan chicken soup. If you have, do you know celery root, celeriac? Do you ever use that?
No.
If you don't know what it is, then just forget about it. Those are the main things. But if you have celeriac, it's celery root, CELERIAC. Cut one of those in half, chop it up, peel it, and put that in. And you might have to use your imagination a little bit, but it's going to be like you have chicken soup. And it's delicious, and it's so much healthier. Now, I'm not saying that some people, I don't know how to say it exactly, but if you get a really visceral reaction that you don't want to let go of chicken, please go get organic chicken. Do not eat any more chicken if you live in a place where you can't get organic chicken, I'm going to try to encourage you in this moment to stop eating chicken cold turkey. You see how our language has acculturated us. Cold turkey. That's a thing, right? But I'm saying go cold turkey. Go out, treat yourself in the grocery store to a chicken soup that's less expensive than that chicken soup that you normally make, and just try it. And so the idea is when you do this 21-day vegan kickstart, if you really want to dive in, take a deep dive, they show you recipes, they tell you how to shop, and they show you videos about how to go about it. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of that eventually on my website. I haven't gotten to that yet. I love to show people how to grow sprouts on their countertop. I mean, I'm just really into this because it's fun. And last night, our daughters that live with us right now that are 24 and 28, they eat some chicken, they eat some beef, but they did the Meatless Monday yesterday for dinner. And I got really motivated. I made an absolutely delicious meal yesterday. I used the basic recipe, very similar to what I just told you for the soup. And I just poured in a little bit of tomato product. You could pick any tomato product, your favorite spaghetti sauce that's in a jar. I particularly, myself, I'm not crazy about cans, but whatever you have, be creative. And as you move away from meat, chicken, fish, and dairy, you're going to find that your food preparation actually becomes fun, and you'll get more excited. At least I did. I can only speak from my own experience, but I made that, and I made a stir fry that I added some tofu to, and I added in that I just used some tamari, which is like a soy sauce, but it's a gluten-free soy sauce. And I try to stay gluten-free also. That's another thing. That's another big thing I didn't mention at the last interview, but wheat has been so doctored in our culture. It has been so mixed up. So if you can get einkorn meat, einkorn, I think it's called, the original wheat that goes back thousands of years, incorporate quinoa into your diet. Incorporate chia seeds for breakfast. Make yourself a chia seed cereal. If you've never heard of that, write it down. CHIA, it's an ancient South American grain. Don't overdo it because, South America has had a run on chia because of us people in North America who decided we love it. But eat things in moderation. You'll find you don't have to eat as much. You'll feel better. And your dry eye will shift, okay? So everything I'm telling you is from the inside out. You're working now from the inside out. If you really feel that you need drops in your eyes right now, go to the drugstore and get an unpreserved saline solution. And keep some in your purse, keep some on your end table, keep some on your kitchen table. And when you're noticing the dry eye, do that. But here's another tip I can give you, and that's blink training. You know, just now, let me see. I have the, can I see Jody without, when I go back to full screen, I'm seeing Joan. But if I could see Jody. I don't know.
I think Jody has to talk and.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Stay there for a minute, Jody. Jody, would you mind taking off your glasses for a minute?
Sure.
Or would that be uncomfortable? Okay, so let's just talk for a minute. Is there something else you want to tell me?
No, well, I'm concerned going to a vegan diet. How do I get the protein in nuts and seeds?
Okay.
And
Nuts and seeds and vegetables, deep green leafy vegetables, kale.
Okay, I eat a lot of that anyways.
Beautiful. Kale, collards, broccoli, spinach, all the different colors. You want the rainbow of colors. And quinoa is very high in protein. Beans, soak the beans overnight, sprout them. That's called sprouting them. Soak them overnight so you won't get gas. Rice, all different forms, not white rice.
No, I don't eat white rice.
So you're already on the path. Without realizing it, you've already stepped in the direction. You're already not eating red meat. You're already not eating fish. Is that true? Do you eat fish?
I don't eat fish.
Do you eat dairy?
I do dairy. I do yogurt. That's
okay,
the
so at least it's a fermented product, but my total recommendation is to look at the alternative products to milk yogurt. There's all kinds of cashew yogurts and soy yogurts. If you're okay with soy, you have to look carefully at the ingredients because you don't want sugar in there. You don't want added junk. So you have to be careful, but add fermented foods that are naturally fermented into your diet. You want to stoke your digestion. So I'm going to stop there because I think I've given you already a lot to take in, but I highly encourage you, and I'd encourage you to kind of get back to me and stay in touch because I'm curious about how you feel. And if you feel encouraged and you would like to work with me, obviously you could get in touch with me through my website, which is enliveningconsciousness.com. I would be happy to work with you, but I've given you a lot of resources to work with. Do not worry about your protein. Most people in the United States of America get way too much protein. And when you equalize your protein, when you get maybe 40 grams, 50 grams of protein a day, which is normal for an adult woman, you're going to feel better and you're not going to believe it. We were educated to believe that our protein is only coming from the meat, chicken, fish, and dairy, or the calcium's coming from the dairy. And that's just, it's not true.
Yeah.
Once we equalize our digestion, our microbiome, our brain clears, our eyes, our kidneys, our lymphatic drainage system, our lymph. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the further you dive in, I don't know what kind of a person you are, if you're a gradual person or a diver, but if you dive in, you're going to be, even if you try it for say 1 day or try it for 3 days, it's going to knock your socks off. And then you're going to go back to your doctor and you're going to say, doctor, could you please take my blood sugar level? And the doctor's going to say, Jody, what have you been doing? And you're going to tell that doctor what he or she should be doing. No,
I take my blood sugar once a day.
Okay, so you're gonna notice.
Right.
I'm gonna say out loud, within 2 days, if you go on a whole food plant-based diet, you're gonna notice that blood sugar coming right down. And I want you to get back to me. I've given you a lot of gifts. The gift to me back is send me an email and let me know, contact me through my website and let me know how your blood sugar is going. And I'm
Okay.
here to tell you these past 15 minutes would normally cost you a lot of money. I'm saying this to myself because I'm so used to giving out free advice, and I've just now I'm starting to monetize it. And it's like, okay, universe, please support me in this, because it's really hard as a mother and, a wife and everything to like charge people for, I charge when people come into my office, but I'm not used to charging for this kind of thing. So today's your lucky day, Jody.
Could you just
Awesome.
repeat what kind of eye drops I should get?
Well, you know what? I don't even know. Where do you live? Where are you located?
Florida.
Where in Florida?
I would recommend that you go. Is there a health food store nearby or a food co-op?
I could find one.
Find a health food store or a food co-op, and usually or a Whole Foods even. There's a person often or almost always that's dedicated to the supplement aisle. And go find that person, seek them out and say, do you have unpreserved eye drops? Or you could go to your local drugstore, see if, or a compounding pharmacy would compound just saline solution that's unpreserved in a sterile bottle. My father, may he rest in peace, was a pharmacist, and he used to make his own saline spray and put it in his nose every day. In the Indian culture, it's more formal than that. There's actually a
Neti pot.
A neti pot. But
Right.
The point is, you can make it yourself if you feel comfortable doing that. But if you don't, go get it somewhere else. And because the saline solution needs to be like the salt of the ocean. Here we're coming back to the ocean, Joan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want to burn yourself with too much salt.
Yeah.
But but it'll at least give you some relief, and you don't need all the complicated Restasis. The companies are not going to be happy with me. They're not going to hire me until they come up with a product that I'm happy with, and I haven't found it yet. But I'm challenging any drug company that is watching this to come up with a product that I'm happy with, and I will
tell people about it. I agree.
In a bottle, I will market it for you, and I'm a good marketer.
Yep.
If I believe in it, honey, watch out. I will
Yep.
call everybody up and down my block and around the world. I know how to market, but I have to believe in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the clock, and I know that Tom has he's got to close down the thing because of how the system works with the Zoom call. So I just want to thank you so much for joining us and spreading and sharing all of your knowledge. And I want to thank Jody and Tom and the other folks that have been on the call with us. Thank you for joining us. And for all the people that are going to listen to this later on, thank you for your time on that. And if there isn't another burning question from Jody, then I'm going to close or Tom will close down the Q&A.
No,
Yeah, thank you.
I just want to say thank
Well, thank you, Jody, for being here, because it's always great to have questions. I really enjoyed your question, and I hope that you take the journey at whatever level is most appropriate from you. And I'm sending in the angels to surround you right from spirit right over to you, and just know that you've got this. You can do it. And I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. And Tom and Joan, thank you so much for inviting me, and I'll be back in touch offline, because I have a few suggestions for people that would be really superb.
Absolutely. Love to have additional people on to help lift people up with their health.
So the last little gem I'm going to give before you sign off is, remember to blink. Jody, this is specifically for you. I had you take off your glasses. I noticed you weren't blinking very often. Bring it to conscious awareness. And take time to gaze away from your screen. Look at something far away. Set up your computer in front of a window if you can, so that you have time once every 10 minutes or so to take a minute, and time yourself at first till you understand how long a minute is, to really look at something far away, appreciate the birds. the bees, the squirrels, the chipmunks, the skunks, the deer, and all of the wildlife that we owe a lot to. So thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Joan.